So after the Spanish Grand Prix, it was revealed that Max Verstappen was determined as the driver of the day, which, yeah, interesting result there from that poll. We've seen that poll very much be taken over by trolls and people really wanting to take the mick when it comes to voting on who they thought was the best driver of the day. I remember Nikita Mazepin actually won it back in 2021 for one race. I think it was Austria, but they didn't actually reveal it because, you know, obviously he was not driver of the day. He was last probably in that race like he was every single race weekend. But yeah, Verstappen very much did not deserve to get driver of the day for Spain. I think people very much review bombing it effectively, but in Formula 1 form. The actual driver of the day, for me, without a doubt, has to be Nico Hulkenberg. What a drive by the Sauber driver to get up to 5th place in the end after the penalty was applied to Max Verstappen. An unbelievable performance by the German this weekend in Spain. But how did he do it? How did he get all the way up from 15th on the grid? He exited in Q1. He only went up a place into 15th due to Lance Stroll withdrawing from the race weekend. How did he actually manage to do it in the worst car on the grid? Well, just consistency, really. And something that really helped him is the fact that he said his golden ticket, as he called it, during this race was the fact that he had an extra set of fresh, soft tyres. Very few other drivers actually had a set of fresh softs for this race, or at least at that point anyway. Most drivers started the race on the soft tyres, a new set of soft tyres, but most were banking on this either being a 2 or 3 stop, with the majority of the rest of the running on the medium tyres, with some opting for hards at different stages. But the fact that Hulkenberg had an extra set of soft tyres, because he only did one session in qualifying, meant that he had a completely fresh set of tyres. Everybody else had scrub sets of tyres on their cars, tyres that at least done one little out lap or something like that, or one fast lap during qualifying. So his tyres were absolutely fresh, and that made the difference according to him. That allowed him to pass Sir Lewis Hamilton in the closing stages. And in fact, you know, it wasn't completely uncalled for Hulkenberg to be able to get points. He was running in the lower end of the points early on. He passed a lot of drivers in the opening laps. He was doing a fantastic job to really climb the order. Honestly, one of the performances of the season. You know, everybody says that car is probably the worst on the grid, and I have to agree. The Sauber in general is the worst car on the grid, but Hulkenberg, by his efforts, has managed to catapult Sauber all the way up into 8th place in the constructors' standings after this race. Despite Aston Martin scoring a couple of points for Fernando Alonso's 9th place finish during this race, and Alpine scoring 4 points due to Pierre Gasly getting 4 points for 8th position. Sauber actually go from 10th up into 8th place in the constructors' standings. I mean, it's tight, don't get me wrong. They are level with Aston Martin, that 5th place being the higher finish of these guys, so they do go effectively ahead on count. Back in Alpine on 11 points, 5 points. Those gaps can be overcome pretty easily, but the fact that Hulkenberg has done that is nothing short of incredible. It really is. You know, it's one of the performances of the season. He did the exact same thing in Australia. He just kept his nose clean. Everybody else was dropping out around him, chaos around him. He capitalized on safety cars, on red flags, incidents, everything happening during that race in Australia. And he did the same thing for Spain as well. It was an unbelievable drive by him. Really, really was. And he deserves driver of the day. You know, greatest of respect to Max Verstappen. He did not have a good weekend in the end, getting 10th from starting in 3rd. You can't give the guy driver of the day for that. Even the biggest Max fans will surely agree with that. That Hulk thoroughly deserved driver of the day, I would hope. But guys, let us know your votes in the comments below. Who would you have voted for? Who did you vote for if you got involved in the poll on Formula 1 social media channels? Like, share, comment, subscribe as always if you want to see more like this. And have a fantastic day wherever in the world today, guys. And we'll see you very soon for much more content just like this.